What's going on, guys? Mitch here. Today I'm going over some souke-sports product sent to me by them, full disclosure. We've got some mountain bike shorts as well as some mountain bike chamois and some cycling gloves. So kind of wanted to go over these guys real quick, show you guys what they're all about, and let you know what I think. So let's start things off. So to start things off, let's check out their mountain bike shorts. I've had a lot of experience with mountain bike shorts, everything from Race Face to Kine, Sombrio, you name it. I've ridden it, I've tried it. As always, I want to show you that tag. So we have the souke-sports men's mountain bike shorts. We've got a model, a color. These are the black in size large, made in China, and they are 100% nylon. Nice little view of their logo here, souke-sports or souke-sports, whatever you want to call it. Customize your non-conformism. Customization is our DNA, so that looks pretty sharp, really cool. On the back of that guy, non-conformist everywhere, every day. And then just some contact information, so that is the tag. So here we go, these are their mountain bike shorts. So a couple things right off the hop. I can see on the top seam here, this looks really sharp. We can see how flexible this is. And what I'll do is I'll zoom in to show that. So a couple things right off the top we can see that look really, really sharp. We can see there are belt loops. Whether or not you wear a belt with these, totally up to you. Obviously not needed, but great to have that option. We've got flexible material beneath the belt loop, so when you're stretching and moving around on the bike, bending over and whatnot, the shorts are gonna flex with you. And then on the side waistband here, you can see whether or not you are wearing that belt, you do have that stretchy fabric, which I think looks really, really good. It just makes it easier to keep these guys on, or conversely, the trend of maybe tucking in your jersey, also very popular to keep that cinched down. On the back, we can see we've got a rear wallet pocket with some reflection. Hopefully the light's picking that up, but this tag here is reflecting, so if you are riding in a spot where visibility is important, people can know where to possibly look for your wallet, which would be here, or likely as well, the person riding in them has a place to put their cash for the resorts. Now if we flip these guys over, we can see on the sides we've got dual cargo pockets that close with Velcro in one spot. So very practical. We've got some more reflection here as well, which once again, anytime you have a reflection point on a moving area, it just adds and increases your visibility, but gives you options to put your keys and whatnot in those pockets on both sides, or obviously tools, snacks, whatever. Nothing inside in terms of pockets, which is fine for this type of price point. Now if we're looking underneath, so this would be where your inseam is, we can see that we've got a nice cut of that stretchable material that's also found, like I said, on the waistband up here. We have that down here on the inseam, which is just great. You catch your saddle on it, you catch you find yourself moving around on the bike. It's going to keep the leg lines nice and tight while giving you the ability to stretch, and you're not going to rip any seams. Speaking of seams, they look really good given the price point. So we can see that we've got some good quality stitching, some nothing too crazy, but I would put this up there with like a Race Face or a Kine level stitching at a price point that's going to be a third of the price. So nothing too crazy. It's kind of what I would expect, but at a price point that is amazing. On the front, we obviously have the waistband here, like I talked about earlier with the belt loops. No snap or button design here. We've got a simple tab, so this guy fits in, pretty simple like that. Nothing too crazy. You don't really need anything. Obviously, it's going to be tensioned down with the belts and or side elastics, but it makes a lot of sense, super easy. Not a lot to go wrong there. I've seen some companies doing double snaps, so like Race Face will do 1 and 2. Not as necessary, but it works. As well, we've got 2 pockets on the front. So once again, putting in your, perhaps your lift pass, snacks, things of that nature. Super accessible. Keys, they're not going anywhere. On the inside as well of the pockets, they're not a mesh. I've seen that in some shorts where you end up ripping the inside of the pockets. So nothing too crazy, just a smart design by those guys. Really liking it. I also like doing this with all my shorts. I turn them inside out and I like to look at the seam work and the threading. I just want to point this out, guys. This is not standard single threaded. It's all double stitched all the way around the short. This is the inside of the the inseam here. So double stitch all the way around, as well as the pockets up top to the waistband. This is actually pretty good. I didn't expect that, to be completely honest with you, but you know, it adds to the durability and the appeal of the brand. It's value at a really, really good price point. So really impressed. I'm not more impressed than anything. So overall, a really smart, well-designed, value-oriented pair of shorts that I don't think they're going to have any issue selling these guys. I think they're like 35 bucks. You can't beat it. Race face stuff starts at 80, Dakines in that 75, 80, 90 range, and up in all the brands. Troy Lee's close to 200, Oakley's 200. Really good value proposition if you're starting out and just looking to see what you like. If you like cargo pockets, if you like side pockets, if you like the elasticized top, if you like belt loops, it has all the features of the big brands at a price point that isn't going to scare you away. So really happy with those shorts. I wanted to move on to now these guys. So these go inside the shorts. You'd wear that to protect your behind underneath the shorts. So let's check these guys out. These are their, I think they call them cycling underwear, which is basically another name for padded shorts. So that is them. Once again, comes in that nice bag. And then along the top here, we can see we've got the Souke Sport in gold, which I think looks really sharp as well. It's dark, and if you know anything about wearing, obviously, underwear, you know, it doesn't need to be light colored. You know, mud, riding, that kind of stuff, you don't want to stain those guys. Nothing too crazy here. I will zoom in if there's a price tag to show you what exactly the model is. Here we go, let's zoom in on that. So we've got men's cycling shorts, black, size large. Like I said, they are their cycling underwear. But the main thing that we want to look at on these guys is not so much the fact that it has, you know, a nice waistband. It's what's on the inside that counts. That's what my wife tells me, obviously, because I'm not a looker. But here we go. So here is your chamois. So I watched a review of a friend of mine who did a video on these, Jay Durham, if you guys check him out on YouTube as well. I believe he had some Souke product, but you know, my opinion on these are very much similar to his in that you have multi-layer density on these foam here. So I can just, right off the top, 1, 2, 3 different thicknesses, which makes a lot of sense for your sit bones on your mountain bike rides, which I think is awesome. You've got the wrap towards the front so that you're not getting a bunch of bulging as well. If you are riding without overshorts, which I wouldn't recommend, that's not what they're designed for, but you never know. And then the stitch work on the shorts themselves, you know, pretty good, not bad at all. Really impressed, to be completely honest with you. Nice firm foam, you know. I think that these guys are right in the camp of a really, really good value price point proposition for, you know, someone getting into the sport that, you know, maybe just blew a lot of money on a mountain bike or varying other sports that they obviously get into the road side of things with their bibs and whatnot. You know, makes a lot of sense. It's a really good price point. If we look at some of the stitch work here, you know, I think it looks pretty good. Not bad. This is kind of what I'd expect with like a Sugoi kind of branding or a Pearl Azuma. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, but just gets the job done. And, you know, is going to last for a few seasons. And then we've got that SK logo on the back, which I think looks kind of cool. You know, anytime you want to add to your collection, you tend to forget what you bought in the first place. So having a logo on there, and in addition to the waistband, you know, it's just kind of cool. I like that. I also wanted to show the leg grippers here. So, you know, on your bib shorts, typically what you see is a nice thick band of super grippy material here, which I don't really want on an undershort. I want these to have the ability to kind of move around a little bit underneath, especially in conjunction with a top short. You don't want them sticking together, so there's a little bit of grip here, not a ton. I think that's just the perfect amount for the average bear, and you know, obviously good thickness, so nothing too crazy there. So overall, I think that these guys are, you know, really good value for what you get in the technology. Triple layer foam, good stitching, solid waistband, good branding, solid airy material. I think this is a home run for the price point. So I think these are going to work great with the mountain bike shorts. You know, you're going to get really good breathability of this material. and then in conjunction with a good overcoat, or overlayer, sorry, I think that's going to make a lot of sense. So, and then the icing on the cake, some solid Souke gloves here, which we can see Velcro closure on it. Makes a lot of sense. Some gloves now aren't even doing that as a way to cut corners, so I like to see that. And then the one thing you want to see, obviously, on a decent pair of gloves is the good palm. So if we look at these guys on the palm, you know, under your knuckles here, that's where you want to have some good padding, as well as on your thumb, because you're going to get wear points here, across here, and then on the side of your finger there. So, you know, that's solid. You've got a little bit of armor on the bottom here for when you pull a glove off as well. And then these two tabs for when you want to pull a half glove off. So, you know, it makes a lot of sense. You know, I think that's going to be a solid glove. Nothing too crazy. And then as you can see on the bottom, it's also reflective with that cool little lightning bolt. So I think that's a solid addition to the mountain line for Souke, and really excited to get out and try these guys out. So overall, as a kit, I think we've got a bit of a home run here. All this stuff can be had for less than $100 for all three items. So, you know, I think this is a great deal. You know, you've got a great pair of shorts, a great pair of underwear to wear underneath them, keep your butt nice and comfortable, and then a solid pair of gloves to go with them to keep your hands comfortable. These guys represent a really good value proposition to the rider, and it's just going to give you more money to kind of tour around, maybe spend on your bike or go on road trips. So really pumped on these. Can't wait to get out on the trails, try out the kit. If you have any questions, definitely leave them below. I will absolutely answer every single one of them. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it, and we will touch base soon. Later, guys.